it's Friday and we're heading down into Cornwall. We ain't really got anywhere planned to camp yet. We're going to head towards Land's End. There's a campsite called Treen which we're going to head to, and hopefully they're going to have spaces. We've not booked it, so we'll just have to see what happens. We're Mark and V, and this is our adventures. Well, we've come down to Treen and we found a little campsite just next to Treen Farm campsite. This is apparently £10 a night. We're going to find out in a minute. There's a couple of vans here, but quite a little find really. I'm sure later on in the summer this is going to be quite busy and hard to get into, but for the minute we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 vans and ourselves, so really good. And it's not a bad view as well. If I just turn the camera around, this is what we're looking out on. It's quite windy at the moment, so I'm trying to shelter behind the van. It's quite nice. The sun's going to set over that way, so we'll have a wander over that way in a little way. See if we can find a nice place to sort of sit and watch the sun go down. I'm just going to look around the rest of the campsite, or field really. Well, what a find. This is lovely down here. And we live in this county and we're still discovering stuff. This is, like I said, this is in Treen. And it's beautiful, but we are before this, the summer holidays start and the tourists start coming down. So it makes a huge difference. So we're at the top of the cliff path now. And we're looking over towards Penberth. And if we just swing around to my right, that's Porthcurno. And of course, if you carry on a bit further over that way, you end up at Land's End.
The thought of you and me. If I told you I was living just a little bit in the past, just because the future scares me, and that everything should pass. Try to analyze this. Yeah, I try to figure out how to get my head around this, how to read between the lines. Guess that I got lost in.
Okay, so we're gonna walk back to the van now. Probably have a bit of food and a few drinks. We've been invited to play rounders, whether we do or not, I don't know. Well, we're having a bit of curry now for tea. And a few drinks. And contemplating whether to sit outside and watch the sunset in a minute. And see what happens. It's a little bit windy currently, but it's not cold. It's just a breeze on the wind really makes it feel a little bit cooler. Well, the sun's starting to drop now. It's quite chilly. Surprisingly how cold it is, considering it's the late May now. Well, good morning, and we've woken up. It was a bit cloudy initially, but it looks like it's going to be a glorious morning. So we've decided we're going to walk to Porthcurno, is that?
Yeah.
Porthcurno. So we're going to walk over to Porthcurno along the coast path and just enjoy the day. Hopefully it's going to stay relatively bright and nice, and who knows, we might be lucky enough to have a sunset tonight. Sort of one last night, but not quite, because it's sort of come in a bit cloudy again at the very end. But we'll have a wander. But before we go for the walk, I just have to show you this. It's absolutely amazing. This van's got 4 hydraulic ramps at the corners of the van, and it self-levels itself. What a fantastic idea. It's brilliant, I think. So you can see the field where we're camped in, over there. And literally, the path is just to the right. We're going to walk down, hopefully, find our way down to Porthcurno. What beautiful landscape though. We walk down through this field. And you get to the other end, you can see the path. There's all barbed wire, so you can't get through. So you're going to have to walk back up to the main, well, to the main lane, not the main road, and go further over that way. We need to be sort of over in that area there. So I think walk back up to where that house is, and then get your path. However, I do see people walking through that field there. So maybe that's the route we got to find. So we're now cutting across the field that I was pointing to. We've not walked up as far as the house. See these trails through the fields. We're coming to a crossroads here. Hopefully you can see this. Yeah, you can, because it's quite a big crossroads. And this is obviously the path we should have taken. You can still see where the campsite is, so we were only a little bit out. And you can see V walking back down. And this path's a lot easier to walk. I will say, if you're walking through a farmer's field, please do your utmost to not disturb his crops or damage him. You know, they have an hard enough time as it is at the moment. Well, we found the path. That was quite a struggle. But we got here.
Big.
I've had a bit of a revelation on this walk. Yeah, V has decided she's going to wear some non-flip-flop type shoes for next time we go walking. The wrong way. Why can't we have had a sign like that earlier? Yeah, that would have helped us. Well, that's Porthcurno we're looking at in the distance there. And I don't know if you can notice that chap running along the path. Today, when we were doing this walk, there seemed to be a cross-country run They're running the entire lower part of Cornwall, from over by the Lizard to Land's End. They were absolute nutters. You'll see some of them along this video. Absolutely crazy people.
It's a building at the bottom, just come up from that. See lots of people.
Oh yes,
That is the actual theatre.
that's the Minack Theatre there.
Yeah. I would suggest if you've, come to Cornwall for the first time, never been, you need to go, even if it is £10 to get in.
I've never been. Maybe we'll
Well,
see if we can walk around today.
Get over there, we'll go in.
So we've actually only just got back to where we were last night. So we walked all around the fields and we're back to just where we were. So we're just going to carry on from the point we were last night. Well, I've now come to the Minack Theatre at the end of the path. Now, we've always thought you had to pay every time you come here, but a one-time payment gets you a year's entry. So as long as you get your email receipt, just produce your email when you come back, and you can get it for free as long as you've pre-booked. So that's a bargain, especially for us who live in Cornwall. Okay, so that was the Minack Theatre, and we're going to now walk back up and try and find the path back along the top of the cliff.
Thank you ever so much.
Alright, cheers then, alright. And if we're lucky, we might even find some food on the way back as well. Quite a busy car park here, actually. Considering this is still May. So we're walking along this path back to the campsite, and they've decided to have a race, some sort of cross-country race like you used to do at school. Nutters, that's all I can say. Luckily me and V forgot our numbers, didn't we?
And your trainers.
And your trainers, yeah. Gonna have a burnt head, I reckon. I'll be glowing red tonight. Central eating tonight in bed anyway. Alright, having a little bit of a strange problem with the GoPro. Just throw this into the mix. It's there goes back into phone signal range. Yeah, I'm having a bit of a problem with the GoPro 10. Every time I turn it off, it turns itself back on. So I'm not really sure what that's about. I'm gonna have a little look online later and see if I can find any answers. I don't know if it's a firmware update needed or something, but it's quite frustrating because I'll turn it off, I look at it and it's back on. So maybe I'm just unlucky, who knows. Anyway, we're nearly back at the campsite now. And it's certainly not windy like it was last night, so I think it's going to be quite nice outside tonight.
Yeah.
Less cloud, so we might have a, bit of a nice sunset as well. I do know my head's burnt now. Yeah, slap it all on. You can see how close you are to the sea and the cliffs. And if we look back up there, this is a path that goes up to Treen campsite, and you can just about see Treen farm campsite there. So buildings, and the field we're staying in is just down on the bottom of this lane. Now we're paying £10 a night. Don't tell your mates though, because when we come back we won't be able to get in. So we'll keep that as a secret between me and you, alright? Especially when you find out Treen was nearly £30 for the night. Well, good morning, it's Sunday morning, and I said last night I got a bit sunburnt, and this is what I look like in the morning. So put on suntan cream. Don't do as I did. No, because the GoPro's just gone flat. Yeah, pretty bad sunburn yesterday from not putting some suntan cream on. I'm gonna have breakfast now, and then we're gonna go down to the musician. Then we're going to go down to the Museum of Global Communication, have a look around. Something I like, maybe a bit boring for some people, but I'm going to have a look because I want to do it. Anyway, let's have some breakfast. Well, we've come down now and we're going to go into the, what's it called? It's called the Museum of Global Communications. And have a little look around. I like all this sort of techie stuff.
Not that robust, is it really? It's supposed to protect you from bombs and shit.
Do you know, I remember seeing these in my Grand's garden. My mum's mum. They're one at the bottom of her garden. Feel how heavy that cable is, like.
Is that the one that goes across the sea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Blimey, yeah.
Don't know if you've ever thought much about this, but it's something I do. It took us a really, really long time to get to the state of communication where we were using a telegraph. And yet, here we are using fibre optics in a matter of 100 years. Technology is pretty amazing, isn't it? The first undersea cable came into Porthcurno in 1870, and it came from India. The sands of Porthcurno Beach have hidden some of the world's greatest communication secrets. Porthcurno literally changed the way the world connected. It's amazing really how a once uninhabited valley in Cornwall became the heart of worldwide communications. These are the setups that they would have had during World War II. This is Malta that we're looking at. And then to the right, we have the Porthcurno setup. And then to the very far right, the beginning of the room, is the setup they had in London. It's funny, you look at it and you remember the first mobile phone, you remember the first computers, Neil Armstrong walking on the moon, sort of a... Oh, I do. But that wasn't really a big thing on the internet when it happened. It didn't sort of like go bang. A few of us...
Well, it's not in the general public world.
No, a few...
In the business world.
Well, a few of us got into going on the internet. There was like chat rooms and bulletin boards and things like that. You didn't chat directly, you left messages for people. The Nokia, we all had one of them. 2007, that first iPhone. First tweet, 2006 on Twitter. Skype, 2003. Facebook chat, which became Messenger, 2008. First iPad, 2010.
Vodafone. Back to the mast in 2017. That's like just crazy. And all the cables coming in.
Yeah.
The first mast. Mobile phone technology until 2017.
I must say we're really struggling with mobile phone signal in Porthcurno.
Yeah, so maybe just buy a Vodafone SIM if you come.
Yeah, buy a Vodafone SIM.
They work out fine.
Well, this is outside the museum gardens. We've got this octopus made up of cable. All in all, it's been quite a nice weekend coming down here. Very chilled. Not too many people at this time of year. And I think that campsite was an absolute brilliant find. Well, that's us from Porthcurno, and we're going to head back home now. Hope you've enjoyed the weekend. We've had a really great time, and we'll probably stop for something on the way home. Possibly a bit of lunch, dinner, as my daughter likes to call it. Lunch and dinner together. And we'll see you in the next video. Still lots of Bali videos coming out in between. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you later. Bye.